Special meeting, July 10th, 2018, Bond Program Community Meetings.
It is 6:02. We're going to officially start the meeting. Good evening. Thank you for taking the time to join us for the San Jacinto River Watershed public meeting. It's an honor to be here with you tonight, and we look forward to hearing your input shortly in the open house following my remarks. But before I begin, I'd like to introduce Harris County Judge Ed Emmett.
Well, good afternoon. Thank each and every one of you for coming out this evening. As someone who used to live in Kingwood, was the state representative for this area, when all the flooding happened, I sensed it. And, you know, we still have a lot of friends here, and I empathize, and I understand what's been going on. Tonight, I've heard several people say, gee, there aren't enough seats. Well, you're not really supposed to sit down all night. You're supposed to actually engage with all the tables, and Matt's going to explain that later on. But let me be real clear, and we're going to introduce officials later. I've seen Mr. Martin and Representative Huberty, but you're not going to get a lot of speeches tonight. This is not an opportunity for us to talk to you. It's not really an opportunity for us to answer questions from up here. It's an opportunity for you to actually look at the maps, look at the various projects, and to make your comments. And we have a very formal way for you to do that. And believe it or not, these forms and emails that Matt's going to explain, we really do pay attention to. County government has decided that flood control is job one. We make no bones about that. We have to do that going forward. We can't live in a circumstance where we had 3 500-year floods in a 2-year period. Something's wrong with that. So we've got to make corrections. And it doesn't do us any good to look back and say, well, we shoulda, woulda, coulda done this, that, and the other. What we have to do is, what do we need to do going forward? And it's not just the county. That's the piece that you have to understand. All of us have to understand. There's a federal piece, there's a state piece, the Army Corps of Engineers is going to be doing stuff, and we have to stay flexible enough to where we make sure the maximum number of people are protected in Harris County. And we need your engagement. We want you to be involved in this. So that's all I'm going to say tonight. I'm going to be here all night. If any of you want to come up and talk to me or complain or make suggestions, it doesn't matter. We're here to be with you. And I know 2 other members of Commissioner's Court are here. Commissioner Cagle, I'm going to turn it over to him, and then he's going to turn it over to Commissioner Mormon, just basically to say hello and thank you for coming out, and then Matt will explain the process. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. And thank you for your leadership during the storms. And now I appreciate the leadership you're doing after the storms as we move forward. I want to thank you who are here tonight for being here. We need your comments. That is critically important. So please, when you go by the tables, fill out your forms. Get your friends to fill them out online afterwards, because this is an interactive process to where your comments can make a difference with regard to how we proceed with regard to this upcoming bond. And so I want to say again, thank you for being here. Thank you for participating in this process and for being involved, because by doing this together, we can build a more resilient, stronger community. And it's now my privilege, Kingwood in this area, and this watershed is one that I share with another colleague of mine, and so it's my privilege to introduce it. By the way, we'll introduce Dave and Dan here in a few minutes, and our other elected officials that are present. I've not seen them, so I want to thank y'all for being here this evening as well. I see Dave Martin and Dan Huberty. But now I want to introduce my colleague to the east and to the south, Jack Mormon, Precinct 2.
Thank you, Commissioner Cagle, for hosting us, and HISD for hosting us as well. I just will reiterate the comments of my colleagues. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to be here with us. This is very important to all of us. We need your advice. We need your comments, because Matt and Flood Control are making real changes based on the input that we receive at these 23 community engagement meetings that we're having. So thank you for being here. We do take all your comments, all your concerns, your advice very, very seriously. I know I do. I know Flood Control does as well. So Matt, I'll turn it back over to you so we can get started.
Thanks, Judge and Commissioners. I'd like to recognize the other elected officials that are here with us tonight. We have from the office of Senator Ted Cruz, Jason Fuller, over here. We have State Representative Dan Huberty. Right there. We have City of Houston City Council Member Dave Martin. We have Merle Aaron, who's the mayor of City of Humble. We also have two board members from the San Jacinto River Authority, Karen Cambio and Mark Micheletti. And tonight from the Texas General Land Office, we have Troy Allen and Jonah Chen. And I see one of my staff members. Oh, and we have Harris County Clerk Stan Stannard. And last but not least, Kennedy Purser with the office of Congressman Ted Poe. Thanks to all y'all for being here tonight. My name is Matt Zeev. I'm the Director of Operations for the Harris County Flood Control District. Tonight I'm joined by dozens of Harris County team members who will help support this meeting. Will these folks please raise their hand, and most of them are behind you at the tables. Thanks. These team members are here tonight to help you, and we're all here tonight because we want to hear from you. Tonight you'll have the opportunity to review the Flood Control District's preliminary listing of potential projects that could be implemented should the Harris County voters approve the bond election that will be held on August 25th. Now keep in mind, this list is not the final list of projects that will be delivered with the bond. I cannot stress that enough. This preliminary list of projects represents projects that would meet the goal of the bond election, which is to both assist with recovery from previous storms and to make our county more resilient for the future. Please know that every comment received will be documented and considered by the Flood Control District, and we have developed several tools to communicate with you. The first one, our preliminary project listing, our upcoming meeting dates, and electronic comment form are available on our website, which is www.hcfcd.org/bond program, which is all one word. We have computer stations out in the lobby where you came in, where you can view projects and enter your comments electronically if you want. We also have paper comment forms that you can fill out and leave tonight, or you can take home and mail them to our office. You can also call our bond program hotline at 713-684-4107 with any questions or comments. Finally, I ask that you consider sharing this information with your friends and neighbors. We invite their participation and input, as this is one of many watershed-based public meetings that we'll be hosting through August. Every meeting that we're holding for the bond program is identical in format, but the content will be based on the watershed where the meeting's being held. We hope to see as many Harris County residents as possible this summer as we seek your participation and input. Tonight, the meeting has been designed as an open house, and Harris County team members are ready and available at the information stations behind you to review projects, answer questions, and receive ideas and suggestions. In closing, I want to reiterate that your participation is vital in making this bond proposal as comprehensive as possible. On behalf of the Flood Control District, I thank you for your time, your consideration, and your collaboration with us.
One second. Para las personas que hablan español o necesitan asistencia en español, busquen las personas que tienen la identificación que dice yo hablo español. Thank you.
So with that, the open house portion of the meeting will begin, and we'll keep this meeting open until 8 p.m. tonight. Thanks.
Hello, it's now 8 p.m. and the meeting is now closed. Thanks for coming out tonight.